lion goes by many names, including cougar, catamount, panther, red tiger, deer tiger, and puma. This cat can be found throughout much of South and North America. The mountain lion used to be found all over the United States, but now is primarily seen in the western U.S. An endangered subspecies of mountain lion also remains in Florida. These felines are comfortable in many different habitats and, aside from humans, have the widest geographic range of any land mammal in the Western Hemisphere. In North America, mountain lions eat mostly deer, but they also eat smaller animals such as mice and rabbits. These cats have a poor sense of smell, but have excellent vision and hearing that help them hunt in the early morning and evening hours. Their powerful hind legs enable them to jump as far as 12 to 13 meters. This carnivore stalks its prey until an opportunity arises to pounce. Mountain lions cache their prey or hide it under leaves and soil where they can come back and feed on it over the course of several days. Mountain lions don't roar, but females have a loud scream which is believed to attract males. Females have an average of 2 to 4 cubs per litter and give birth in a den. The cubs are born with spots which usually disappear by the time they are roughly 9 months old. Their eyes also change from blue to yellow by the time they reach 16 months old. By 18 months, the young cats leave their mom to go fend for themselves. Because of their size, strength, and predatory skills, mountain lions are considered one of the big cats. Tigers, leopards, cheetahs, and jaguars are also part of this grouping. The first thing I'm going to do when I'm getting ready to draw is to practice some basic shapes. Let's first practice some circles. I'm going to hold my pencil loosely, not too close to the tip, loosely back a little bit, and I'm going to use my whole arm. You can see that my wrist is not bending like that. It's not bending in the middle. So I'm going to loosely draw some circles, keep going around, and I'm just balancing on my pinky finger there. So go around and around and around for some circles. I'm staying very loose, using my whole arm. My whole arm is moving. And some bigger circles. And as I keep going around, it's becoming more and more a circle. And then I can do the same thing for some little circles. I'm just not moving my arm as much. I also want to try some lines. So again, I'm holding back from the tip, moving my whole arm back and forth for some straight lines. And I want to try some rectangles. I'm going to come down, down, and then make sure that it's meeting each side at the corners. Okay, it's crossing over at the corners. There we go, crossing over. So let's try another one. Straight line, straight line, straight line crossing, straight line crossing. And that's going to get me all ready to draw. To draw the cougar, I am going to start with a couple of circles, just like we practiced. There's one, and let's see, it's about 2 to 3 fingers wide. I'm going to go over about 2 fingers and draw another circle. There we go, another circle. So we can see it's about 2 fingers wide, 2 fingers apart, 2 fingers wide. We're also going to give it, first of all, we're going to show the ground where it would be standing. Okay, there we go. There's the ground. They've got a long, thick tail. So that's where our tail's going to be. We're going to mark where its legs are going to be. So its first hind leg, bending for the knee, and a little bending for the ankle, and then where its paw is going to be. And then the other hind leg that's behind it is going to come down. We've got a bend for its knee and then a little bend for its ankle. There we go. And then the front leg, it's not quite as bent as much, but it's going to bend a little bit at the elbow and at the wrist there. And then the other one is a bit straighter. It's going to come down, a bit on an angle, and there we bend at the wrist. We're going to draw another circle for its head. It's not going to be as big, so not quite as big, but right next to that second circle that we did. And then we're also going to draw, and my pencil is pretty straight up and down. We're going to draw a muzzle, or where its nose will be. There we go. And then we want a curved line through the middle and another curved line through the middle this way. And we can give it an eye, which is almost like a sideways 6. And then on its muzzle here, it's going to have a cat nose. And I think maybe I drew that a little too far out there. Let's bring it in a little bit. So I'm just going to use my clicky eraser here and just change its nose a little bit. There we go. So a circle for its nose, and then its little cat nose in the center of that circle, triangle, and then coming down, sort of another triangle there. And then it's going to have 2 ears. They are quite rounded, and we want them on either side of this line right here. So that'll be the top of its head. And then this face is going to come around the muzzle. It's going to stick out a little bit. And then its chest is going to come straight up. And let's draw its legs. So we'll start with this front leg. You come, actually, you know what? I think we need to draw its back first. So its back is going to come up a little bit, and down and back up for the shoulder. There we go. And then its stomach is going to do the same thing. Up a little bit, and then down for its chest. There we go. And I'm just drawing pretty lightly to get the main shape here. And then its neck can go up to the ear there. And then we can draw its tail. So draw a line on either side of what you already drew. And you want to be the same space all around. So its tail doesn't get skinnier, doesn't get fatter. It's the same thickness all the way around. And I'm going to come down for its hip. And we need its back leg bent quite a bit at the knee. And come down, bend at the ankle, and give it quite a rounded paw. Come back up to the knee, come up to the hip, and it's going to be, again, rounded there for the hip. Okay, and then its other back leg, it's going to come down. Looks a little bit like it's coming down from its stomach. And then it's going to come bend at the knee, come down the ankle here. Nice rounded paw. And come back up and meet its other leg there. And you can even give it a couple of claws because we know that they have claws. Okay, its front legs, we've got the shoulder here, coming down to the knee. Or sorry, I keep saying knee. I mean his elbow. And comes down to the ground. He's got a nice, big, rounded paw. Come up to the elbow. Up to its shoulder. We'll give it a little bit of a shoulder there. Okay, and his other leg is really coming down from its chest. And we're going to give it a rounded paw. And then back up like that. And we can give it a couple of claws. The same with the other one. Okay, so that is our cougar or our mountain lion or our puma. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my kneaded eraser here and I'm just going to very lightly move it back and forth just to erase some of the darkness of the pencil that I drew. But enough so that I can see what I did. Oh, I drew those claws quite dark. Okay, now I can grab my light brown marker that I have. And I can start at its hip here. Actually, I'm going to start at his ear. And you come down for his neck, over his shoulders, and then up over his hip. Come down to the tail. And then I've got its hind legs to do, its hip, its knee, ankle. And let's give him a couple of claws. Up. Big hip. There we go. The other hind leg. Let's do this front leg first, actually. Okay, his elbow to his ankle, his nice big paw, and then up to its shoulder. Give him a couple of claws. Now what we can do is connect his stomach here, which is a little bit of an arched line. And then we're going to come down for his other leg, his big paw, up to the knee, and back up to the stomach. And we're going to give him a couple of claws as well. We will move towards his chest. That comes down. We've got his other leg here, his paw. It's a little bit straighter, that one. We're of course going to give it its claws. And now for his head, we'll give him his ear, and then we're actually going to come around to his muzzle, which sticks out a bit, that other little circle that we did. His other ear, connect that to the muzzle, connect his ears. Then we've got the kind of the 6 shape. Give him some pupils. And then he's got his muzzle. I might do that a little bit lighter. His nose, little cat nose. And there we go. We have our puma or our cougar or our mountain lion.